Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, we're going to talk to Chad today, but I'd like to explain first how I work. I feel, hear, see, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades, and I try to describe the picture the best I can, because there's always a reason for what they say or show. This is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it out of the box a little bit. We just communicate the best way we can. But this is their ballgame. I let them run the show. So we're gonna. Yeah, he says I forgot to say something. Oh well. So he comes in and he sits down. He folds his arm and he gives me the look. Why does everybody always think it's all about them? None of this was about you. It was all about me, talking about himself. Let bygones be bygones. He just feels like he's totally detached from, and I'm sure the feeling he's given me was at that time, totally detached from everybody kind of around him. He said he felt like a lone duck, and he did that to himself. He had himself so blocked off that he couldn't feel the love of others around him. He just couldn't. It was like there was a big space around him, and it was of his own making. There was like a big hollow area all around him. And even though all these people were outside trying to get in, he couldn't feel it. But he put that space in there. He just didn't realize it at the time. And it's hard to realize when you're in a space like that. He's happy. He's showing me a little girl, and she's got a sucker stuck in her hair. So I don't know if this is something that just recently happened to you or it's going to happen, and I don't know when you said you have a child together, but I don't look at anybody's Facebook page, so I have no clue how old the child is. But he's showing the sucker like stuck in her hair, and she's trying to pull it out. So even if it's not a sucker, it might just be candy. It doesn't have to be exactly a sucker. He's keeping an eye on her, whoever this little girl is. The apple of my eye. Something about something being prolonged. He's not saying what was prolonged. Though usually they won't give me all the details. He's saying that's what I forgot to tell you. They won't give me all the details because the details are none of my business. But he'll give me just enough so hopefully you'll understand what he's talking about. And if you don't understand it now, keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go on. I know what he's talking about. Okay, so he's doing this again, and he says, it is not your fault. It is not your fault, and you need to let that baggage go. Totally not your fault. No, I am not mad at you, and he gets very soft. This was kind of the thing. Now he's totally the opposite. Very, very soft, and it's like he's like brushing your hair back. So you should be able to feel that. You might feel your hair move a little bit. And he's over here on my right side. Doesn't have to be your right side. You could feel like a bug crawling across there. Could feel like really warm over here. And you feel some kind of sensation. He says, I do love you. I did love you. Didn't know how to love myself. He felt empty. Just kind of empty, like this void all around him. Just kind of not good, not bad, just empty. Nobody's fault. I wouldn't let anybody get in here. Not all the way, just a little bit. He said he's not sure. As far as him being around, he wasn't sure that he should or had the right to be around, even though he is. He's not letting you know because he feels like he deserted you. He deserted you in your time of need. He said that wasn't right. I should have manned up. I should have grabbed my balls. I should have been a big boy. I was scared of being a father. Nope, no, he's not saying anything. So I don't know how old your child is now. He's saying he has been around. He's been around the child. Almost all children, little children, and animals, especially dogs and cats, that's usually what I see, can see them, hear them. No problem. It's only when the child gets to be about 9 or 10 and they look around and they go, society's going to tell me I'm crazy if I tell them I see dead people. So they kind of shut it down, or at least they shut up about it. But I don't know, if you think back to some of the times when your child was real little, think about how they were handing a cookie to somebody, trying to feed somebody that wasn't there as far as you knew, or how they just giggled at something in the corner, or how they seemed to be talking to their pretend friend. Your child was actually talking to him. And the child still knows that he's there. It's not a secret to them. It's their secret, but no, I didn't. Sorry if I didn't. I'm sure I didn't say that right. Bleh, Rhonda. So now he's showing what looks like kind of a daisy flower, and he's doing, she loves me not, she loves me not. He says, you do this all the time. He loved me, no he didn't. He loved me, no he didn't. He says, I did love you. Just the best way that I could. It was all I could do. He says he didn't know how to fix that. He wants to see you happy. He wants you to let go of the baggage, let go of any guilt or anything like that, so that you're not always fighting, trying to move forward because it's holding you back. He said, let this go. I am there. He doesn't feel like he should be stepping into your life because he feels like you need to move forward. every so often you get a whiff of his cologne, or could be a hair product, but it feels more like it's a cologne. And you can be in the store, you can be in your car, sitting in your house, doesn't matter, you get that little whiff, and you instantly think of him. The first person that pops in your head is him. It is him. So validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more if you want more. If you want more signs, give him permission. Tell him it's okay. I promise you 1,000% he can hear you, he can see you. You just can't hear and see him. But the child can. He wants you to be happy. He said this was in the plan. This was in the scheme of things. So what I've been taught is we plan a lot of this out before we even are born. We plan our exit point too. Might be when we're 1 day old, might be when we're 100 years old. It can waver, that timeline can waver a little bit depending on what's going on with the people around us, what lessons they're going to learn from it. But it still usually, I don't think I've ever seen one that's actually changed the whole total time frame, just wiggled it a little bit. He said, I am absolutely 100% not mad at you. This was the plan. This was the scheme. Scheme kind of sounds shady, but that's not what he means. The scheme of life. Scheme. He's talking about hiccups. He's talking about actual hiccups, not hiccups in life. He's talking about hiccups. So I don't know if you've recently had the hiccups and you couldn't get rid of them, or maybe the child did, or maybe you're going to. But it would be like real soon that was going to happen. And he says again, things are working according to plan. He wasn't meant to be here forever. I know sometimes they cheat it and they make it happen before it should. Okay, again, he says he really hasn't done too many things to let you know he was around because he feels like you need to let go. You need to let go of that. Not forget, not stop loving him, but to be able to move forward and put him in his proper place, the proper place he should be now. He will always be looking out over the child. And he says, and you too. He wants you happy. He wants you to find the love of your life. He said, and it's just around the corner. It's like it's poking its head around the corner, like it's coming, it's coming. He said at the right time it will. So we have free will choice. They can bring us the richest, most gorgeous guy in the world, and we have the free will choice to say no to it. And he says, don't screw it up. And my guys are always going, Rhonda, we gave you all this good stuff. Why are you saying no? He's giving me that smell of that cologne again, or whatever that product is that he wore. So you should be smelling that. And if you think back, you've smelled it. You just didn't know what it was. He's not showing me really a bunch of signs. Like I said, I think anyway, ask him, give him permission. If you have problems with the child later in life, at any point, ask him to step forward and help. Give him permission. Like I said, can't override our free will choice. Can't override the child's free will choice either. But they can honestly bring you guides. They can nudge people down here on earth to step in and help guide us. Seriously asking, but then you have to allow it to. You have to be okay with whoever, whatever steps forward, even if it's something that you never thought about. Because I've had a lot of those things happen lately. And it's like, wow, where did this come from? And I had to be willing to accept it or tell it to take a hike. My free will choice. Okay, he says, he's talking about balloons, so I don't know if they're birthday balloons or if you guys have released balloons for him. But he's reaching out and grabbing them, so somebody either let go of a birthday balloon or somebody has done a balloon release. He says, I do love you in my own special way. It's a forever kind of thing. It's just different. It's different now. Yeah, he's not giving me a lot of things that we can validate. So hopefully there'll be something in there. I'm always asking for at least 2 or 3 things. I don't like to make my whole reading out of validating every single thing that they say, because that's other mediums. They just pat themselves on the back, go, oh, look what I can get. This is about them talking to you. He said, I will be around and around and around and around. Not sure why he's saying it that way. And he's actually turning around and around. He's going, bye-bye. He's doing it like a little kid. Bye-bye. So if you see your child, do it again. If you see your child waving like this, you'll know that your child learned it from him. He's still doing kind of slow and different. Okay, with that, he's leaving. So much. He says, I love you in my own special way. So much love to you, my dear. Like I said, I hope you got a little bit of validation out of this. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later.